Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Fame from Sister Wives. Robin has always been Kody Brown's favorite of his three wives. He stated in the most recent tell-all that he aimed to raise each of his spouses to Robin's standards. The host Suki criticized Kody for expecting his ex-wives to be Robin's clones when she discussed it with Meri, his first wife. It's funny since Robin and Meri were best friends and were quite close at one point. But over time, they drifted apart, and today Meri finds Robin intolerable. Meri said that Kody shouldn't expect his other spouses to follow Robin's example. Kody has frequently stated candidly that he couldn't find that compatibility with his previous spouses and that he found a different kind of comfort in Robin, his fourth wife. But is it reasonable to assume that everyone will turn out like Robin? Janelle and Meri had a suitable response for Kody. Sister Wives. Meri shows Robin's true self and goals. Previously, Robin and Meri were good friends. But Meri too drifted away from Robin after her breakup with Kody. Speaking with her best friend Jen, Meri disclosed that she did not believe the numerous people who informed her Robin is highly manipulative. But when Robin abandoned her when she most needed her, she truly saw her true self. She came to the realization that Robin was never truly her friend because friends don't act in that way. She was a backstabber who always feigned to be a loyal friend. Sister Wives. Kody's expectation that all of his wives would turn out like Robin was criticized by Meri. Suki Krishnan informed Meri in the most recent episode that Kody had disclosed that he and Robin had a heavenly connection. It seems that she loved him the way he deserved to be loved and understood him better than anyone else. This explains why he loved her so much and, in a sense, ignored all of his other spouses. He desired for his other wives to experience the same sort of higher love. In response, Meri snapped at Kody, saying it's unreasonable to assume that everyone will be like Robin. All of his wives must be loved for their true selves. He must accept Meri for who she is, not because she is attempting to emulate Robin. She went on to say, "I apologize. My name is Meri. I will not be like Robin." She explained that she is an individual and wants to stay that way, thus she doesn't want to be like Robin. Suki shared the same conversation with Janelle, who laughed at it and remarked that he should have told her if he intended to raise them all to Robin's standards and have a deeper love with them. He never mentioned higher love or his desire to bring them all up to a particular standard to them back then. She went on to say that she had never seen him make an attempt or try first. He ought to have taken action if he had given it any thought. He would only be able to claim that he made an effort, but the spouses did not reciprocate. However, he never made an attempt. Robin Brown, star of Sister Wives, has been embroiled in numerous scandals for years. She was held accountable by many fans for the Brown family's demise. Some said that she somehow forced Kody to make choices that were only advantageous to her and her children. After relocating to Flagstaff, the Brown family disintegrated. Meri and Janelle's departure was also depicted in the most recent season. However, some admirers believe that Robin was still a blessing to the three original wives. To find out why, continue reading. Sister Wives. Is Robin Brown keeping tell-all safe? Robin exhibited strange conduct in the opening segment of the season 19 tell-all. She was questioned about her thoughts on Kody and Meri's split and what might have caused the family to disintegrate during one of her interviews. Robin, however, stated that she would respect Meri and Kody by refusing to respond to any inquiries about them. She did, however, add that Meri asked to be left behind and that there is another aspect to Meri's departure from their religion that she would not discuss. Why OG wives were blessed with Robin. On social media, some Sister Wives fans talked about how Robin Brown might have helped Meri, Christine, and Janelle. The poster claims that Robin was a gift to the three original women and that they would have endured even more suffering had she not entered the family. It's no secret that Robin was a major factor in the family's dissolution. However, the OP views it as a hidden advantage. Meri, Christine, and Janelle are having the time of their lives right now. While Janelle is now constructing her ideal home in North Carolina, Christine is now contentedly married. Meri has been promoting self-love, and is still doing well in Utah. Following this split, the original wives will lead happy lives. The children who have little to no contact with their father and have had to see him take Robin's children and have his own children with her in order to create his new, better family are the ones who have truly lost. When you get a Robin in life, I feel this way about the lady my ex-boyfriend left me for. Being pregnant made the divorce itself extremely difficult for me, but now that I've had some time to recover, I'm thankful it occurred every day. I believe Christine stated in a one-on-one that she saw how the K and our relationship could or should be after observing it. In a sense, I believe it made the other three realize what a relationship should be about, rather than the scraps they were given. Sister wives. Robin came to the Brown household heavily indebted. When Robin Brown joined the family, it caused a lot of controversy. The three other wives had to help pay off the sister wives' star's outstanding debt in addition to helping to build her a house. However, after moving to Flagstaff, Janelle, Meri, and Christine found it difficult to obtain their own homes. Kody pledged to unite them under the Coyote Pass, a large piece of property. However, it never materialized and the land was finally sold. Since Christine's decision to divorce Kody, the sister wives' family has undergone significant adjustment. Many family members, particularly the children, have been making a lot of statements ever then. Robin has always been Kody's top priority, as is well known. As a result, he has neglected numerous family members, causing internal conflicts among the family. As a result of these revelations, many family members now have a different perspective. According to the most recent information, a lot of children are feeling bad about some of the unfair things that have occurred in their families. Recently, Madison Brush, the daughter of Janelle and Kody, and Leon, the child of Meri and Kody, have stepped out to offer their apologies to Robin's children. To find out why, continue reading. Sister wives. Robin's children have acknowledged that they were alienated from the family by some of their step-siblings. Robin Brown's kids, particularly Aurora and Brianna, raised their voices during the last season of Sister Wives. Feeling excluded from the rest of the Brown family was the issue. They claimed that several of their siblings had informed them straight out that they were considered to be true relatives. They felt like outsiders in the Poly family and were deeply upset by these occurrences. Over time, the stress increased, particularly during COVID-19. Several of Kody's older children admitted that Robin's house made them feel uncomfortable. Strict regulations were in place, and minor infractions like opening the refrigerator resulted in reprimands. Other than this, the other kids felt ignored and pushed away because Kody spent more time with Robin and her children. That was the start of the rift. Leon and Madison, sister wives, wished to start again. I would like to apologize to Robin's children. Maddie Brush and Leon Brown talked candidly about the family's strained relationships in a recent Sister Wives episode. Both admitted to feeling cut off from Robin and Kody's elder kids. They added that if given the opportunity, they are willing to make things right. After Leon's TV appearance after their gender-queer shift, the siblings had their first on-camera, heart-to-heart talk. For a while now, Leon, who is transgender and uses the pronouns they/them, has remained hidden. Maddie expressed her sadness at the outcome of their conversation. She expressed sympathy for Robin's children, Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. As previously said, they have frequently discussed how they don't feel like they belong with the others. Maddie stated that if she ever caused them harm, she would be prepared to apologize. The discussion took place following the memorial service for Garrison Brown. Later, the majority of the family had assembled at a rental house. The fact that Kody and Robin's children did not go demonstrates how polarized things were at the time. The movie was filmed last year. Fans are therefore unaware of the current situation. In order to mend things, they hope the children would have an open and sincere discussion. Do you believe the next episodes will show whether or not the children were able to put their differences aside? Let us know in the comments. Even after all this time, Janelle Brown of Sister Wives continues to have disclosures on her relationship with Kody Brown. She now admits that she thinks her decision to marry him in 1993 was influenced by their intense courtship. She's come to the realization that Kody and Robin's courtship lasted far longer than the others. And that caused her to consider whether or not she would have married Kody if they had spent more time together. During the Sister Wives one-on-one special, Janelle said. I honestly don't know if I would have married Kody if we had a year together. 3 years after Kody's first marriage to Meri Brown, Janelle and Kody first became spiritually united in 1993. Like Meri, she is now thinking about getting a spiritual divorce from Kody. In fact, viewers of Sister Wives Season 19 saw that Kody and Robin were in a monogamous relationship that might not last after each ex-wife moved on without him. Even though Janelle has moved on, she and Kody still disagree about their breakup. What went wrong between us is unknown to me. However, it only made me more and more irate until I finally said, "Yeah, I'm done." Additionally, Kody said. In response to Kody's assertion that she enjoys playing the victim, Janelle hit back. She declared, "I want my feelings, boundaries, and emotions respected, so I'm definitely not playing the victim card." That doesn't seem like victimization to me. She went on to state that Kody is constantly disparaging Robin, Christine, and Meri because he is so preoccupied with causing problems for her. She made a suggestion that Kody continues to undermine himself and paint himself as the bad guy in order to deflect Robin's culpability. Meri Brown has finally broken her silence in a thunderous way, and she's not sugarcoating a single syllable. After years of walking on emotional eggshells and being pushed to the sidelines in her own marriage, the original wife of the Sister Wives patriarch has let loose with a scathing allegation that's got fans absolutely reeling. In a blistering off-camera conversation, and later echoed through heavily suggestive social media posts, Meri allegedly confronted Kody with a damning truth that's been simmering for years. "You wanted all of us to become Robin's clone." The comment, delivered with the weight of a woman who has endured emotional isolation, spiritual rejection, and public humiliation, lands like a bombshell in the already crumbling foundation of the Brown family's plural experiment. It wasn't just a jab, it was an emotional reckoning. And in that moment, it became stunningly clear that Meri was no longer interested in pretending that peace ever existed in her corner of the marriage. "You changed the rules the moment she came along," Meri continued, according to sources close to the family. "You used to encourage us to be independent, to be different, to be strong. But then Robin came in, and suddenly the rest of us were too strong, too opinionated, too much. And she was just perfect in your eyes." That moment of fiery clarity, which many fans say was years in the making, has ignited a firestorm online as viewers scramble to rewatch past episodes, dissect family dynamics, and point out the long string of moments when Kody subtly, or not so subtly, undermined the uniqueness of his other wives in favor of Robin's more passive, compliant approach. Meri's frustration didn't happen overnight. This has been building since the day Robin entered the Brown family back in 2010, a time when Meri was still emotionally tethered to the dream of sisterhood and mutual support. But somewhere along the way, things began to shift. Kody's smiles grew warmer for Robin. His patience stretched longer. His rules became stricter for the rest, while Robin seemed to glide by unscathed. The infamous COVID divide only widened the gap, and the favoritism, once just whispered about in online forums, became glaringly obvious to the world. But according to Meri, it wasn't just about affection. It was about conformity. "He didn't just want us to like Robin," Meri reportedly said. "He wanted us to be her, to parent like her, dress like her, talk like her. And if we didn't, we were difficult, disrespectful, disobedient." The very foundation of plural marriage, Meri argues, was built on honoring the differences of each wife, their values, their styles, their way of loving. But for Meri, that vision died the day Kody began subtly demanding uniformity, a uniformity that looked suspiciously like Robin. What fans are now calling the Robin clone theory has opened a floodgate of interpretations. Christine's exit, once framed as a personal choice for happiness, is now being re-examined under the lens of Meri's claim. Janelle's resistance, her fierce independence and refusal to merge households or blindly follow Kody's lead, could that, too, have been punished because she refused to morph into the Robin template? "We weren't just wives anymore," Meri allegedly fumed. "We were either obstacles or allies to Robin's version of the perfect family. And if we weren't aligning with that image, we were pushed out." Her voice, often sidelined and diminished in public family discussions, now roars with unapologetic truth. And as Meri steps into a new era of empowerment, launching businesses, traveling solo, and teasing a possible new romance, she's making it crystal clear. She's done being silent. Insiders claim that one of the breaking points for Meri came when Kody began praising Robyn's parenting style in contrast to the other wives, suggesting that she was more obedient to the rules and protective of the family structure. But according to Meri, that so-called protectiveness looked a lot more like submission, and it became a weapon used to pit the wives against one another. It was psychological warfare, one family friend explained. If you challenged Kody, you were rebellious. If you followed him blindly like Robyn, you were praised. That conditioning, Meri claims, became unbearable. And the worst part? The expectation wasn't said aloud. It was enforced with cold shoulders, favoritism, and emotional withdrawal. You don't have to say the words, Meri allegedly told Kody. We all saw it in the way you treated her versus the way you treated us. We weren't allowed to have feelings unless they matched hers. While Kody has not directly responded to the allegation, his recent interviews hint at a man increasingly out of touch with the emotional wreckage left behind. In one confessional, he even went so far as to say, Robyn's the only one who's been loyal. Loyal, a word that, in the eyes of many fans, has become a code for obedient, non-confrontational, and willing to accept less than she deserves in exchange for love. But Meri isn't buying it anymore. Loyalty isn't about losing yourself, she reportedly said. And if it is, then I was never the wife you wanted. Her words speak to something deeper than jealousy. They speak to an identity crisis forced upon her by a man who once championed female independence and now seemingly requires emotional submission to feel secure. Social media exploded in support of Meri after these revelations came to light. Fans began tagging old clips, from Meri being dismissed during family discussions to Kody refusing to comfort her during her catfishing scandal, as proof that she had been slowly erased from the narrative while Robyn rose in prominence. One tweet read, Meri was the original. She gave this man her youth, her loyalty, her faith, and he treated her like a mistake once Robyn came in with her tearful eyes and loyalty badge. Others pointed out that Robyn's constant crying often seemed to result in Kody changing plans, shifting focus, or emotionally distancing himself from the other wives. She didn't just win Kody's heart, one Reddit commenter wrote. She won control over the entire family dynamic, and Kody let it happen. Meri's words are especially poignant given her long, painful history with the family. She was Kody's first love, the one who helped him build this dream from the ground up. She's the woman who watched him marry 3 other women and tried to embrace each one with grace, despite her own hurt. But somewhere along the way, her sacrifices became invisible. And now, she's pulling back the curtain not just on Kody's actions, but on a systemic pattern of emotional erasure. This isn't about Robyn the person, Meri reportedly clarified. It's about Robyn the standard. I'm not going to become a copy of someone else to earn love. I'm already enough. That statement has echoed across the internet like a battle cry, a defiant reclaiming of identity after years of spiritual exile. Even Robyn herself seems rattled. Sources close to the family say she's been deeply affected by Meri's accusations, insisting that she never asked to be the standard, but critics argue that her silence over the years speaks volumes. You benefited from the system, one fan said, tagging Robyn's Instagram. Whether you created it or not, you never spoke out when the other wives were hurting. And now, as the dust settles and each wife reclaims her independence, Meri's truth is emerging as perhaps the most powerful of all. She stayed long after her heart had been broken. She tried to rebuild, even when her emotional needs were ignored. And now, she's finally telling the story her way. Kody's future, both as a husband and as a reality star, hangs in the balance. With only Robyn left by his side, his version of plural marriage has effectively collapsed. The man who once declared himself the spiritual head of a vast and loving family is now seen by many as a cautionary tale, a patriarch who lost sight of the value of individuality in his wives and sought to mold them into something easier to control. And Meri? She's not just surviving. She's thriving. As she continues to post cryptic quotes about rebirth, strength, and letting go, fans are watching her transformation with admiration. She was never the problem, one TikTok fan commented. She was the proof that love without respect is a prison.